What's up, everybody, and welcome to Tim Reynolds Show's live play-by-play for the second half of this Sunday Night Football game to end the regular season here in NFL Week 18 as we see the Detroit Lions lead the Minnesota Vikings here at the start of the second half, 10-6. And we'll see Minnesota come out with the first possession here of the second half. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. What's going on, Monty? Thanks for hanging out here, guys. We switched over to mobile streaming for our second half of this Sunday Night Football game. Try to get some more people in the chat. Let's see what we can do.
30 minutes away, one of these teams from the #1 seed in the NFC. Jake Bates to kick it off. Too deep, taking a knee. Minnesota gets into the 30. A moment ago, Melissa with Dan Campbell.
Dan, 30 minutes left to secure the #1 seed. What's it going to take?
Yeah, well, look, our defense is playing well right now. Those guys are going to come out. They're going to make some plays. We know they're going to try to get Jefferson the ball. We just got to keep playing the way we're playing. It's awesome in the red zone right now, 0 for 3. Offensively, we got to get our run game going, be much more efficient, and convert on 3rd or 4th down when they come up.
Thanks, Dan.
All right, thank you.
Let's go, Lions! And now we'll see Sam Darnold come out for their first drive of the second half here for the Minnesota Vikings. It's 1st and 10, ball on the 30-yard line. Sam Darnold under center. Cam Akers is the running back in the backfield. He'll take the handoff, bounces it back inside, and gets a gain of maybe 2 yards on that carry. You're right, Monty. The Lions, or I should say the Broncos, destroyed the Kansas City Chiefs backups to clinch a playoff spot. And now already back to the line of scrimmage quickly. Sam Darnold on 2nd and 8, looking to throw. Lions rush 5, downfield. Oh! And Sam Darnold not on the same page with his wide receiver, and that's incomplete. And he was looking for Addison on that play.
No grounding, none of that stuff. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, 3rd down and long, and that's significant because this is where we've been saying, and Dan Campbell's going crazy. There's nobody in sight. But this is where we've seen the Lions be really effective with their pressure.
All right, guys, I pinned the message there in the chat so you know what the score is. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you like and subscribe as it's 3rd and 8. Sam Darnold and the Vikings are in shotgun here at the 31-yard line. Darnold's going to look to throw. Lions bring a blitz. Darnold has to scramble to his left. He throws, and that's incomplete as the defender there for the Lions bats that ball down. But now we got a penalty flag on the play, and we'll have to see what this is. It could be on the defense.
Pressure comes, he goes to
Thank you, everybody, for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you hit that like button and like and subscribe to the channel as the Detroit Lions are leading 10-6 over the Minnesota Vikings, but that penalty marker gives the Minnesota Vikings an automatic first down as that was illegal contact on number 32, Brian Branch of the Detroit Lions.
Really physical, and one of the things that the Vikings talked about was
tough coverage there, and they get Branch for the holding call, or illegal contact, as he should say. Definitely holding him too far down the field, and that brings up an automatic first down for the Minnesota Vikings. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you hit that like button and like and subscribe to the channel. It's now 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Ball on the 37-yard line. Darnold under center, play action. He's going to look to throw. Looking, in a clean pocket. Incomplete pass intended for Addison, number 3. And Darnold's just been a little off all game long as both of these defenses have played very, very good football up until this point for the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. So now a big 3rd down coming up here, or I should say 2nd down for the Vikings offense after that incomplete pass. It looks like Aaron Jones was in the locker room probably getting some treatment as he comes out late. Cam Akers in the backfield on 2nd and 10. Ball is at the 37-yard line. Heck yeah, I like the Jags. And a handoff to Cam Akers. He breaks through at the 50, at the 45 to the 30, and he's at the 20-yard line near the 10 and down at the 5-yard line as Cam Akers makes one hell of a run there for the Vikings offense. That's a gain of 58 yards. What a play. That's the biggest play of this ball game as Cam Akers jumps back inside after going to the right side of the formation. And then it's off to the races as Kirby Joseph, the safety, tackles him down. What a play. It's 1st and goal, Minnesota. And that's exactly what the Vikings offense needed as the defense for Detroit hadn't been giving up really anything in the running game, and now it's 1st and goal. But this is where Minnesota has struggled. They hand it off there. Akers, that's no gain on that play. So now 2nd down and goal coming up here for the Vikings. So early on in this game, no, definitely not a Saints fan. So early on in this game, the Vikings haven't been able to run the football, but on that last big play for 58 yards, now they're inside the red zone here. But this is where the Vikings offense has struggled all game long, not putting up points in the red zone. So now here we go, 2nd and goal. Sam Darnold looking to throw, scrambles to his left, completed to Aaron Jones, and he's tackled at the 2-yard line as he can't get in the end zone.
Line. They'll mark it officially at the 2
and now a big 3rd and goal coming up here for Detroit.
And Robertson's going to stop and realize what's going on.
And now they found the running back there in the flat, Aaron Jones, as Sam Darnold got it to him quickly, but the defense gets there even quicker for this tackle. And now at the 2-yard line, it's 3rd and goal for the Vikings. We'll see what they're able to do here. Sam Darnold under center here for the Vikings offense. Aaron Jones in the backfield. Play action. Darnold looking to throw. Scrambling around. Has to get rid of it. And that's just going to be incomplete. And the Vikings cannot score in the red zone again here as the Detroit defense comes up real big here in the second half. And oh my goodness. Could we see another go for it on 4th and goal?
Every time that Kevin O'Connell thinks they're going to play man coverage, they play a zone. Every time they think they're going to play zone, they're playing a man coverage. And so far, the entire story of this game is what's happened inside the 5-yard line.
So now, 4th down and goal at the 2-yard line for the Vikings offense. Aaron Jones in the backfield. We'll see what Darnold's able to do here. Looking to throw. Blitz coming from the Lions. The Vikings pick it up. Darnold scrambling around. Looking, throws. And that's incomplete. And they stop the Vikings once again on 4th and goal. That's their 3rd stop inside the red zone as the Detroit Lions defense means business. And Addison right through his hands, but the coverage there from the Detroit Lions defense was so good. Yeah, Monty, unfortunately, no touchdown for the Minnesota Vikings there on that one. Stop in the red zone by the Detroit Lions defense. Thank you guys for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. And guys, we'll go over that last drive for the Minnesota Vikings as they took it down the field in 8 plays for 68 yards, but are not able to finish it off after we see early on in this one a big run from Cam Akers of 58 yards that got them inside the 5-yard line, but the Vikings once again cannot get it done in the red zone, and they turn it over on downs, and the Lions will take over at their own 2-yard line. Appreciate everybody hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel as we are here in the final week of the NFL regular season for Sunday Night Football. And we've seen a lot of good defense early on in this one. And I tell you what, it's been one hell of a football game from a defensive point of view as the Lions still have the lead 10-6. And the Minnesota Vikings are just not getting it done in the red zone. They are 0 for 3 right now in the red zone in this ball game as far as scoring touchdowns. And both of these teams here, the Vikings and the Detroit Lions, have turned it over on downs 3 times in this game total. 2 from Minnesota and once from Detroit. Thank you, Monty.
Miss the throw, then they answer with pressure, come back, force the scramble, and it has been the way.
Sam Darnold completes that to Addison, and that would have been a touchdown there. And they're 0 for 4 tonight. My mistake in the red zone for the Vikings. And now play action. Goff looking to throw from his own end zone, and that's intercepted from the Vikings. And that's a terrible play from the Detroit Lions quarterback as he just tried to chuck that downfield, and the Vikings are immediately back on offense.
Third kick of the season.
Hell yeah, the Bucs are going all the way. Go Tampa Bay.
Mike, I want to know the person who predicted this game going like this. This is just a launched ball down the field because you're going to try and take a shot with your speedster. But Jameson Williams either lost the ball or slowed down. He wasn't even in contention for that ball, and I don't think Jared Goff can believe it either.
Goff has thrown 12 interceptions, 7 of them on Sunday Night Football. Remember, he had the 5 against Houston. So Minnesota gets it right back. And they get it at their own 46-yard line.
So now Minnesota 1st and 10. We'll see what the Vikings can do here. Handoff to Aaron Jones. Jones bounces it out to the left, breaks a tackle, and almost breaks another and gets a gain of 8 yards on that play. And now one of the Lions defenders is down on the play, and it's rookie cornerback number 0.
I think it's Terry and Arnold.
That is
starting corner.
Not good. They are almost out of cornerbacks if that's the case.
And that's not a good injury for the Lions. We'll see what happens here.
The first round and had so many penalties called against him early in the season, but has since figured it out. Just made a big play on the prior snap. Arnold down right in front of Dan Campbell on the line sideline.
Thank you, everybody, for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you, everybody. I just got word that my family is watching. Shout out to Becky. Shout out to my brother, Trev. Shout out to all my nieces and all my family members and friends watching here on Tim Reynolds Show for this Sunday night play-by-play as the Detroit Lions have the lead here in the third quarter, 10-6 over the Minnesota Vikings. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. And hell yeah, Trev, I do think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going all the way. My Bucs were able to make the playoffs this year. I am so excited about that. So after that quick interception, now the Minnesota Vikings in very good field position to hopefully get some points on the board here, but they need to score a touchdown to get themselves back into this game. And look at it, beautiful downtown Detroit.
Record-setting start. Hideki Matsuyama there got the win this week. He's in with that big field at Wildlife from the Sony Open Saturday and Sunday on NBC and Peacock. That's in Honolulu. Lions wear Honolulu blue. Right now they're running out of people. That's Terry and Arnold. That's not a good sight. No pressure on that leg. Chris, he was hurt a moment ago.
Yeah, and they are really down at the quarterback position. Remember, Amik Robertson was the slot. He's playing outside now. And so you bring in Kendall Vildor, who did start a couple of games.
And here we go.
This month.
Second down and 3. Aaron Jones catches the screen pass, and he's inside the 40, down all the way to the 37-yard line. A big gain there for the Vikings offense.
Factor in the last few plays.
And the other guy that we didn't talk about is Carlton Davis, who's out with a broken jaw. So this is a secondary very much depleted at this point. And so all those pass plays that have been
And oh, unfortunately, the rookie cornerback being carted off the field for the Detroit Lions, who are already thin at the cornerback position. And now we see here play action. Sam Darnold looking to throw, and he's under duress and almost throws an interception. And how that's not intentional grounding, I don't know. No eligible receiver in the area to what it looks like to me. Hey, Jamie, it's okay, man. Thanks for hanging out, though.
Intentional grounding. Offense number 14. False place at the spot of the foul.
And that is intentional grounding, as they do call the penalty marker on the play.
Loss, about 13 yards.
Well, take a look, and you had Trent Sherfield there for a minute, but then he got out. And I tell you, we have seen this entire game. I don't think Sam Darnold's been hit this much since he's gotten in the NFL. I mean, this is just...
What a play by the defense here, coming up big.
We're unexpected to be able to bring this kind of pressure. This is a game plan. This is something they put together with these guys up front. And let's do say, though, that Alex Anzalone being back may have a little something to do with this. They're going to...
All right, here we go.
Forward, not going back.
Second down and 23 at midfield for the Vikings. Darnold in shotgun, looking to get some yards back here. Looking to throw, blitz coming from Detroit. They pick it up, and that's caught by Jefferson. And just shy of the first down, but the Vikings wide receiver able to get a bunch of yards back on that play. A gain is 17. Third down and 6 coming up here. As Justin Jefferson was one-on-one. And Robertson thought he got pushed on the play. It certainly looked like it, but no penalty marker on the field. And now we see Justin Jefferson lined up at the bottom of the screen. 3rd and 6, Sam Darnold in shotgun looking to throw. Gets rid of it quickly, and that's incomplete. And almost intercepted.
As a Fatumelo Fanwu, who missed 14 games, has come back late in the season again this year for Detroit.
And Detroit forces an incomplete. And now we'll get a field goal attempt here from Minnesota.
They're bringing so much pressure after Sam Darnold.
And that comes right out of the hands of Justin Jefferson. And Jefferson can't believe it. He definitely should have caught that one. And Sam Darnold has been under duress in this whole game, as a 51-yard field goal is good. And that cuts the lead 10-9 for the Minnesota Vikings.
Rough spot. Looked great on that one. From 51, he's good. It's a one-point game again.
All right, guys. Got the updated score for you guys in the chat here. As the Vikings are able to get the field goal. And now after that, they cut the lead to 10-9 with the Lions still leading here in the third quarter. Everybody gonna sit and do it nighty like oh. Are you ready for some football on a Sunday night party? Hey, this is Tim Reynolds Show, ready to get this party started. If you're ready to hang out on Tim Reynolds Show tonight, well, come on and hit that like button and hit me up in the comments tonight. Are you ready for some football on a Sunday night party? This is Tim Reynolds Show. Ready to get this thing started. Come on, everybody. It's NFL tonight on Tim Reynolds Show with this live play-by-play and reaction on the channel tonight. Well,
let's go places. And by Applebee's, the official grill and bar sponsor of the NFL. Some moments from memorable Sunday Night Football season finales, including 2022 when the Aaron Rodgers run in Green Bay ended as the Lions knocked out the Packers. Packers winning to get the playoffs. Seattle won earlier that day, taking the Lions out of the playoffs. But talking to Dave Campbell when we visited during Lions practice on Friday, he said that was one of the milestone moments for Detroit in this turnaround that took them to the NFC Championship game.
Thank you, everybody, for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Appreciate you guys.
Champions of the North, but Minnesota's got a great chance back in this in a one-point game.
And that'll be a touchback here as the Vikings kick it off to the Detroit Lions offense. And we'll see Jared Goff come back out on the field. And we'll see what this Detroit Lions offense is able to do.
In the National Football League. Then to the other side, going against Taylor Decker, and he decks the quarterback.
And how about linebacker Van Ginkel and also defensive lineman Greenyard really making a big impact here for the Minnesota Vikings defense. It's been defense all throughout this game thus far as the Lions play action here on 1st and 10. Goff dumps it off to Gibbs. Gibbs with a beautiful grab and takes that speed to get him a 9-yard gain.
Chasing him a yard shy. It's a gain of about 9.
Yeah, and part of the reason
So after that 9-yard gain, Jared Goff able to get the ball out quickly to his running back as the pressure has been really getting home to Jared Goff in this game from the Minnesota Vikings defense.
Typically, they're running.
So now we'll see here Jared Goff, 2nd and 1. Lions at the 39-yard line. Handoff to Gibbs. Gibbs stuffed and maybe gets enough for the first down. And it looks like they're going to give it to him. So a new set of downs coming up here for Detroit's offense in the third quarter. They have the lead 10-9.
The general manager in his 3rd year here with the Vikings.
Then he signed all these defensive guys. They're hanging on.
And Sam Laporta on the catch there on 1st and 10. A nice gain of about 5 yards on that play for the Lions. Gain of 7, my apologies. So 2nd down and 3 coming up here.
Team captain along with McTillis. Nobody wants out of this fight.
Especially that guy.
Yeah, nobody wants out of this fight. But this is, if you want to talk about Dan Campbell and what he preaches on a...
So now after that injury timeout for the Minnesota Vikings, it's a 1st and 10 for Detroit. Now across midfield at the Minnesota Vikings 49-yard line. And Jahmyr Gibbs has got 14 carries for 47 yards and a touchdown. He's in the backfield here on 2nd and 3. for the Detroit Lions offense. Jared Goff under center. Hands it off to Gibbs. Gibbs up the middle has another first down for the Lions offense.
Finds his way to get a hit in there anyway, but it's close to a first down just to the other side of midfield.
So now we'll see first down and 10 coming up here for the Lions.
Actually, Van Ginkel has 11.5 sacks, and Grenard just 11. But those two guys have just...
So Van Ginkel there helping get to the running back.
Did an edge player with Dallas Turner, and he doesn't really get on the field. You hit two great free agents.
First down picked up by Gibbs. Craig Reynolds down the running
So
back.
first down and 10. Play action Goff looking for Williams in the backfield. Is tackled down as Myron Murphy Jr. able to come in for the tackle there in the backfield. That's a loss of 5 yards on that catch from Jamison Williams. And I believe that's about the fourth play this game for negative yards on a pass, as this Vikings defense is flying around.
And turned himself into a Pro Bowl starter back there. Another new guy. He just happened to come in a year ago.
And now we'll see here, second down and 15 for Detroit, and a penalty marker on the play. And this is going to be on the offense. False start, and that backs up Detroit even further in this matchup.
Offense, number 68, 5-yard penalty, second down.
So now second down and 19 after that penalty there. Ball on the 42-yard line for Detroit. And they're going backwards again here in the third quarter.
Seeing the Detroit Lions offense, would you agree?
Yeah, in terms of inability to get chunk plays.
Yeah, I mean, ordinarily,
like that.
They in most games, they've already had at least 2-3 50-yard plays.
The only touchdown of the game.
And now we see Jared Goff steps up in the pocket under duress, and that's caught by Sam Laporta, the tight end, with a big grab there. And he takes it close to the first down marker. That's going to really help out Minnesota, or I should say Detroit, as it's going to be third down and 2 now. Craig Reynolds, the running back in the backfield, picks up the blitz. Oh, and he got lucky he didn't get called for a holding there. So now we'll see what the Lions can do here on 3rd and 2. Ball at the 41-yard line. Goff in shotgun. He's going to look to throw. Blitz coming from the Vikings. And that's caught by Amon-Ra St. Brown for another first down. Lions. And that's his 4th catch. And that gives Detroit a first down at the Minnesota Vikings 29-yard line. Or I should say, yeah, the 29-yard line. That is a gain of 12 yards on the play. So now, 1st and 10, Goff, quick throw to Jamison Williams using his speed, but he's tackled down after a gain of about 6 on that play. 2nd down and 4 coming up here for Detroit.
Well, nobody drops more as an edge rusher than he does. And when you say he drops like 180 times, something like that this year, and still has the ability to come up with 11.5 sacks, that's a statement.
Cheer for the announcement that Dan Skipper is eligible.
Here we go, guys. 2nd down and 5 for the Lions. Ball in the 24. Handoff to Gibbs. Gibbs up the middle. Follows his blockers, and he's able to get enough for the first down here. Actually, I think they're going to mark him just short.
It'll be 3rd and short as we are about 2/3 through this game. 10-9 Detroit. Winner is the 1 seed and off next week. The loser heading to LA to take on Matthew Stafford, Sean McVay, and the Rams.
You saw a shot there of Justin Jefferson. They're not getting back in it, but this is the first time.
So now 3rd down and inches coming up here for the Lions. Woo! Getting late. Appreciate you guys hanging out here for Tim Reynolds Show's live play-by-play of the Detroit Lions taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Please make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel.
And my mistake, I used the wrong terminology. Replay assist, they had a peek at it. So the Lions will pick up the first down inside the red zone here.
Now, would that be called a Bronx cheer even here, or does Detroit have their own name?
I don't think so. No, it's Midwest folk. They don't do those things.
Okay.
They get past the 19, and that extra surge and push got them there.
And now we'll see here. First down and 10 at the 19. Goff under center, hands it off to Gibbs again. Gibbs follows the right side, and he's able to get a gain of about 3 on that play.
We talked to the Vikings about Cashman, the linebacker. A couple of different folks said we haven't lost with him. He's that big free agency addition, and every time he's been on the field, they've won 13-0. Cashman in the lineup.
Well, in today's NFL, linebackers used to weigh 250 pounds and plug up the middle. Anymore, you have to be able to cover a back out of the backfield. And Jahmyr Gibbs.
So now second down and 7 coming up here for Detroit.
Standing tall back there on the 23, 8 yards back from Goff.
Goff fakes the handoff, gets it off to Amon-Ra St. Brown, but he's tackled after a gain of 3 yards. Greenyard on the tackle there for the Vikings defense. So now after that play, third down coming up here for Detroit.
And see Panay Sewell coming, pulling out on one of those wide receiver screens. And once he comes that way, yeah, I'm diving for an ankle. I don't blame you there, Byron.
Third and 4 here for Detroit. Ball at the 12-yard line. Jared Goff under center, Gibbs in the backfield. Handoff there to Gibbs. Gibbs inside, only a gain of 2 yards on that play. So now it's going to be 4th down and 2. And will the Lions go for it, or are they going to kick the field goal here? You'd think they'd take the field goal. The defense has been playing pretty good, and that would make it a 4-point game here if they make the field goal. But it does look like Detroit's going to stay on the field here, as they are 1 for 2 in this game on 4th down conversions. So now 4th down and 2. We'll see Jared Goff in shotgun here. Ball at the 10-yard line.
So 4th and 2.
Blitz coming from Minnesota. Goff to Gibbs for the touchdown. Detroit Lions, as they increase their lead to 17-9 after the extra point is good. And a beautiful play there as Jared Goff gets the touchdown pass to running back Jahmyr Gibbs. Gibbs his 2nd touchdown of the game. As we see here on the replay, the Vikings bring a blitz, and Van Keekel is supposed to hold the running back one-on-one there and gets beaten in the backfield. And Gibbs gives Detroit a big lead here in the 3rd quarter with 2 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in this matchup.
18 total touchdowns. Many as anybody in the league this year. Jahmyr Gibbs, both TDs tonight, and he puts Detroit back on top with 2.5 left in the 3rd.
Hey, 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 whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, so the Lions take the lead here and extend it as it's 17-9 here in the 3rd quarter against the Minnesota Vikings. Sing it up. Hey, hey, ba-da. Hey, whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, so we'll go over the Detroit Lions' last drive there, as they were able to take the ball down the field in 13 plays for 70 yards, as Jared Goff is able to have a complete completes a short pass to Jahmyr Gibbs out of the backfield as the running back takes it into the end zone for a 10-yard receiving touchdown, his second touchdown of the game. As we see, Jahmyr Gibbs has 17 carries for 57 yards and a touchdown, and he's also got 4 catches for 17 yards and a touchdown as well in this game for the Detroit Lions. Oh, man. Waffles with whipped cream on it. Oh, my goodness, that looks yummy. The waffle cabin.
A little snack on your way into work. Jahmyr Gibbs in his second year. People wondered, why did the Lions take a running back so high? 12th pick of the draft. Well, Jahmyr Gibbs has now given them 18 total touchdowns on the season.
So Jahmyr Gibbs, the running back for Detroit, has 18 total touchdowns on the season.
Out of the back, the Vikings take over at the 30.
Without Aiden Hutchinson,
So this defensive line for Detroit has really been stepping up, especially in the red zone, forcing Sam Darnold to have to get rid of the ball quicker than he wants to, collapsing the pocket. And Sam Darnold's just been under too much pressure, trying to do too much, as he doesn't have any time inside the pocket to get the ball to his wide receivers. So now 1st and 10 here for Minnesota. Sam Darnold under center, tosses it to Aaron Jones. Jones on the right side is tackled after a gain of 3 yards. So 2nd down and 7 coming up here for Minnesota.
So we have to remember, Darnold on this year has been fantastic, right? Tonight, 12 for
Thank you, everybody, for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show.
3 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions, and 54 rating.
So now 2nd down and 7 for the Vikings. Sam Darnold in shotgun, going to look to throw. A blitz coming there from Detroit. And wide open, and that's caught by Naylor, number 83. And that's a big play there for Minnesota, but there is a penalty flag on the play.
Over on the side of the ball where the throw happened. Brad Rogers going to sort it here. 5 flags on Detroit, 3 on Minnesota here tonight.
Holding, defense number 6. That penalty has declined.
So that was holding on the defense.
That's on Melifonwu.
So now they'll decline that penalty and keep the 1st down yardage there for Minnesota. And that was a gain of 27 yards as Naylor is able to catch that one down to the Detroit Lions 40-yard line. So now 1st and 10. Under center is Sam Darnold. Aaron Jones in the backfield. He'll take the handoff up the middle. Gets a gain of 3 yards on that carry.
Gets about 3 yards there. He's 45 yards on 10 carries. Hear all these fans making noise. It's obviously a partisan Detroit crowd. They also have $2 million spent by the Vikings ownership to get a couple thousand tickets.
And here we go.
Vikings fans.
2nd and 7. Sam Darnold. Blitz coming from the Lions, and the Vikings pick it up. And Oliver makes the catch, but a big tackle there from the safety, number 6. Tackles down Naylor, and now it's 3rd down coming up here. Or I should say tackles down Oliver, the backup tight end, with the catch. So 3rd and 4 coming up here for the Vikings offense. We'll see what they're able to do. Hey, and Aaron Jones out of the game here on this one. Cam Akers in the backfield on 3rd and 4. Sam Darnold in shotgun. He's going to look to throw, looking. Gets it. Oh, that's incomplete. Intended for the tight end. Alex Anzalone on the coverage.
I don't know, but man, what a difference on this football team tonight. I don't know how much of the credit he gets.
As we see here on the coverage, Alex Anzalone one-on-one with Hawkinson.
He may well be guys are in this.
And oh man, could have got there a little early.
Out there.
It looks like there, but
Gonna kick it.
that's going to bring up 4th down here, and the Vikings are going to attempt another field goal here.
Another shot.
52 yards here.
And hang on, is that the wrong ball? A K ball in there? It's a red ball. Over to the sideline for something here. K-ball.
So 52-yard attempt here for the Vikings as they want to cut into that lead once again. Kick is up, and oh, it's no good, to the right. And he pushed it. So the Vikings end up with nothing on that drive, and now the Lions come back out on offense after that turnover on downs.
Well, there was one worse feeling, and that's when you're the head coach and you decide to kick a field goal instead of going for it on 4th and 3, and it misses by 15 yards.
Because now it gets to the point in the game where it's a one-score game, but if the Lions score on this drive, now you're down 2 scores, and you're down to about 3 drives left in the game. So the margins get tighter as Goff and the Lions get the
And here we go. Lions will take over at the 41-yard line. Offset I formation. They hand off. No, play action from Goff. Completes that one to Gibbs, who's wide open in the flat. And he's got enough for a 1st down, Detroit. A beautiful play there as the Vikings have been blitzing Jared Goff all game long. And they're able to pick up the blitz there again. And this time, Jared Goff completes it to his running back in the flat, who's wide open on the left-hand side. And that's a gain of 13 yards on that play there.
Both of those guys brought pressure to that side. Neither dropped off in coverage. Goff knew it and took advantage.
It's actually a gain of 41 yards down to the Minnesota Vikings 45-yard line. And that takes us to the end of the 3rd quarter as the Detroit Lions lead the Minnesota Vikings 17-9. All right, guys, updated the score for y'all in the chat. We're going to pin that message there so everybody can see it at the top of the screen. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. I appreciate every single one of your guys' support. Please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to Tim Reynolds Show on YouTube. How's your guys' Sunday going? Hopefully you guys are having a good weekend. Let me know in the chat what you guys think of this football game thus far and what you guys think of Tim Reynolds Show. Appreciate all you guys hanging out here, man. All right, guys, we'll go over the stats here since we got a pretty long commercial break here. And for Detroit, Jared Goff with 199 yards, 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions. Jahmyr Gibbs with 57 yards rushing and a touchdown. He's also got 5 catches for 31 yards and a touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown with 5 catches for 68 yards. And Sam Laporta with 6 catches for 56 yards as well. And we'll see Detroit's offense out here for this first possession, or for the first play here of the 4th quarter. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Under center is Jared Goff. Play action, looking to throw. Goff stands in the pocket, completes it to his tight end, Sam Laporta, with a stiff arm, but still gets tripped up by the same defender, Pace Jr., number 0. But that's a gain of 11 there, and another first down, Detroit.
Touchdowns in the last 5 games, and we talked to him, and he was like, hey, I'm not one to go complain, but we got so many weapons right now, you got to spread it around a little bit.
And here we go, Jared Goff, quick throw it. Oh, Van Ginkel almost comes up with another pick 6.
Of the season, he got the Giants
Wow.
this year.
That was close as Van Ginkel comes in on good coverage there for the Minnesota Vikings defense. He sees the play, and he almost tips it to
He
himself.
had it. He played it perfectly. He just couldn't grab it. Wow.
Ends. Goff's
So now after that play there, Jared Goff in shotgun looking to throw on 2nd and 10. Completes that to Amon-Ra St. Brown, who's just short of the first down marker, a 9-yard gain.
tomorrow.
And now that'll bring up 3rd down and 1.
That guy has a great chance to be
Ball on
again.
the Minnesota 25-yard line. And there was another blitz there. And Goff able to find his receiver in the zone coverage for a gain of 9.
He goes, Chris, I know how to play these guys. Like, if they're going to blitz, we know how to take advantage of it. If they're going to play off, I know how to take advantage of that too. We're going to be all right. He got hit a lot tonight, but he's been all right. So.
And here we go, Jared Goff, quick snap on 3rd and 1. Completes that to Jameson Williams. A big catch there.
That's another first down for a speed guy.
So that's a first down for Detroit.
Pieces together.
Watch the eyes here of Jared Goff. He's going to go to at least his 3rd.
And we see
and stare right
Jameson Williams with the 12-yard grab down to the Minnesota 13-yard line.
to use his brain to understand where the next one was.
Big hit, too, from safety Harrison Smith. And Goff is feeling it right now. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. I formation. Goff under center. Gibbs in the backfield takes the handoff to the left side. And he's in the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit Lions. And a huge play there from the Detroit Lions offense. And Gibbs gets his 3rd touchdown of the game, his 19th total touchdown this season. And that's his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game as well, as Gibbs follows his blocks from the tight end right and Sam Laporta as they lead the way for the running back, and the blocking from Tim Patrick on the outside as the wide receiver helps get him open. And that's a good kick there, and a 24-9 ball game.
No player in the National Football League this year has more touchdowns than that man. Jahmyr Gibbs to the...
And nobody in the National Football League has more total touchdowns than Jahmyr Gibbs, with 19 now, leading all skill position players on offense in the NFL besides quarterback. Oh. I'll update the chat here real quick for you guys. Boom, 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 ba-dum, bum, ba, bum, ba-da, da, 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 da. All right, updated the score there in the chat for you guys. Thanks for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Don't forget to hit that like button and like and subscribe to Tim Reynolds Show on YouTube. Appreciate you guys hanging out here for this epic Sunday Night Football matchup here. For the first time in NFL history, we see two teams with 13-plus wins going up against each other in the final week of the regular season for Sunday Night Football. And the Lions just got another touchdown, the third total touchdown from running back Jahmyr Gibbs, as the Lions now lead 24-9 over the Minnesota Vikings.
To this Lions defense, we have a few more to add. Cornerback Arnold, we saw him being helped off the field, putting zero pressure on his right leg, clearly in a lot of pain. He was very emotional. He was immediately carted off. He is questionable with a foot injury. Also, defensive lineman Pat O'Connor, he is out with a calf injury.
So two more defenders gone for the Detroit Lions defense, as O'Connor with a calf injury is out, and Arnold, number 0, the rookie cornerback, is also more than likely out this game with an ankle injury.
Their longest win streak since 1975. They're trying to grab a #1 seed for the 4th time in franchise history, but they haven't done it since that 15-1 season back in 1998. Since seeding began back in 1975, the Lions have never been the #1 seed. Touchback. Minnesota takes over at the 30. Chris?
Alex Anzalone had a plate put in his forearm. He just got cleared to be able to play, and the Minnesota Vikings really wish that he had not. Run stuffs throughout the course of the day, but his real impact has been in the pass defense. He has done a job on T.J. Hawkinson, someone they...
And Alex Anzalone, the standout linebacker for the Lions defense, has returned today and been a very crucial part of this Lions defense tonight. So now 1st and 10, Sam Darnold under center. Cam Akers in the backfield, ball at the 30-yard line for the Vikings offense. A quick toss to Akers. Akers cuts it back to the left side, and he's able to get a gain of 2 yards on that carry.
Anzalone returning carbon fiber cast. That's what he put out on social media today. The surgery, the result of what that carbon fiber cast is covering. Everybody wants to be a dog. Well, he has been one and then some here tonight.
And here we go. Alex Anzalone and the Lions bring a blitz. Cam Akers on the screen, catches it, but the defense tackles him down after a gain of 2 yards on that play, as the Lions sniffed out that screenplay from the Vikings, and it's already 3rd down here coming up for the Minnesota offense.
They have 8 touchdowns between them. Tonight, not a single pass over 20 yards deep. It has been the secondary. It has been keeping a lid on it, and it has been a defensive coordinator.
So now here we go. A big 3rd down and 5 from the 35-yard line. Darnold in shotgun. He's going to look to throw. Looking, scrambling to the right side, trying to avoid the pass rush, and just gets rid of it. But there is a penalty flag on the play.
Anzalone looking back. He was covering Hawkinson, and I think that's where they may have contact downfield.
Holding on the defense.
Number 34. 5-yard penalty.
And that's an automatic 1st down for the Minnesota Vikings offense, as they get lucky there.
By the Vikings, that the Detroit Lions would be very physical like that all night long, and that they sort of budget in.
And I don't know, that's a little ticky-tack there as far as that being an actual holding penalty for the Lions defense.
That's Levi Onwuzurike, one of the few players who's been up front for a good part of the season.
So the Lions have a defensive player down on the ground right now as we're waiting to see what happens with him. Hope he's okay.
Onwuzurike was dealt back injuries and a couple of spinal fusions. It was their 2nd-round pick back in 2021.
Yeah, Mike, I think that we've got to begin to see Sam Darnold get the ball out of his hand quickly. Some slants.
So yeah, the defense here for the Detroit Lions have really been able to disrupt Sam Darnold's timing, and he's not been able to get the ball out quick like he wants to. Instead, he's been having to hold on to the football, and the pass rush has been able to get home. And now 1st and 10, Darnold going to look to throw, gets it completed to the running back, and Cam Akers is tackled down after a gain of only a yard on that play. Defense coming up big here for the Lions in this fourth quarter. Defense has been name of the game all day long, pretty much, for both of these teams. So now 2nd down and 9 here, just over 11 minutes remaining. Darnold in shotgun. He's going to look to throw. Blitz coming from Detroit. Darnold gets rid of it. Oh, and that's batted away. Incomplete. And now it's 3rd down and 9 for this Detroit defense that's been playing some of their best football all year long.
Versatility of these players, the versatility of the Anzalonis and the Brian Branches and the Amik Robertson, all playing a different position than they anticipated.
So now 3rd down and 4, 3rd down and 9, my mistake, at the 40-yard line. Darnold in shotgun once again. Detroit shows a blitz. They bring one. Sam Darnold under pressure goes down for the sack. And Muhammad, number 69, gets in on the sack for Detroit. And that's a big loss for the Vikings there on that one. Loss of 7 yards, 4th and 16 now coming up for Minnesota, and they'll have to punt the ball back to the Lions offense.
But because of all the pressure of the gut, they have forced the one-on-ones and they've won the one-on-ones.
Kick coming up here. Down the field. That's caught. Raymond's going to try to return it. And he gets up to the 26-yard line on that return there. And that's where the Lions will take over on offense. And we got 10 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter with the Detroit Lions leading 24-9. Dun, 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 dun. All right, guys. So for the Vikings offensive numbers here, Sam Darnold with 157 yards passing in this game. Cam Akers with 6 carries for 65 yards. And Aaron Jones has 10 carries for 45 yards in this ball game. Excuse me. We also see in the receiving game, Justin Jefferson has 3 catches for 54 yards. Jalen Naylor with 2 catches for 45 yards. And Aaron Jones with 5 catches for 30 yards in this matchup. And then we'll go over to the Detroit Lions offense here as they come back out on offense in the fourth quarter here. Jared Goff has thrown for 220 yards, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions. Jahmyr Gibbs with 18 carries for 70 yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground. He's also added 5 catches for 31 yards and a receiving touchdown for 3 total touchdowns on the game here. And then also Amon-Ra St. Brown adds 6 catches for 77 yards. And Sam Laporta adds 6 catches for 56 yards in this matchup. And Jamison Williams has also had 5 catches for 30 yards for the Detroit Lions offense.
Lions, streaming on Peacock.
Some people just know they can save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first.
Who's ready for my famous charred duck?
Like, you know, to check the mascot first before...
Thank you for hanging out on Tim Reynolds Show. I said thank you, everyone, for hanging out on Tim Reynolds Show. Whoa, whoa.
Very involved down here, looking at the tablet, coaching guys up, telling them they're playing championship defense. And speaking of championships, you may have heard that he said he'd be back if the Lions are in the Super Bowl. I asked him about that comment. He said, I can't give you a timeline, no promises, but I'm manifesting getting back.
And Gibbs on the carry, breaks loose, gets past the 50, down to the 40. He's still going past the 30, inside the 30-yard line. The ball came out, but it looks like the Lions got on top of it. Wow, what a play there from Jahmyr Gibbs. A gain of 47 yards all the way down to the 26-yard line.
There's nobody left to defend it.
And Gibbs takes that stretch run play, follows his blockers, and gets through the secondary and gets a big gain there and busts it loose for this Detroit Lions team as they're looking to run away with this one. Now over 117 yards rushing for Jahmyr Gibbs in this ball game. It's first down and 10 at the 27, handoff Gibbs, who gets inside the 25 down to the 24-yard line. Nice gain there on first down, getting close to the red zone here for Detroit.
And he's been brilliant. And the flip side is that Minnesota on the other side is 3 for 14 now on third and fourth downs.
Yeah.
And the red zone's been horrible, right? So all the money downs for Minnesota on offense, they have not made plays.
And Jahmyr Gibbs is now the NFL touchdown leader among non-quarterbacks. With 3 touchdowns tonight, he's got 19 total touchdowns on the year. And now Gibbs in the backfield again, takes the handoff there to the right side, inside the 20 and down to the 14-yard line. A beautiful run there. And they're killing the clock as well, as we are almost at 8 minutes to go.
161 yards from scrimmage. That's one more than he had against the Vikings in the first game between these teams.
You know, Mike, sometimes when we do a Steelers game, when the Steelers are playing well and they're beginning to grind it out and in the fourth quarter, and you can see a team just begin to wear down.
And now here comes Jared Goff.
Right, when they're playing like that. That's what it
Jahmyr Gibbs in the backfield, first and 10 at the 14. Under center. Gibbs will take the handoff to the left side. Inside the 10-yard line at the 9. It'll be 2nd and 5 coming up here for the Lions.
And that comes back to an offensive line that has seen Aaron Glenn's defense do the job, and now they're doing their part as they get the ball back after the Vikings are stopped.
Yeah, I think Aaron Glenn deserves a little vacation on the beach there. He looked very comfortable. I think he's a confident guy. You know, he said...
So now here we go. 2nd down and 5 for Detroit. Ball at the 9-yard line. What will they do here? Goff under center.
I don't think so, but he said, well, I'll play my guys.
Play action. Goff looking to throw here. Scrambles to his right and just steps out of bounds as Jonathan Billiard makes the sack there, and that's a loss on that play. So now 3rd down and 9 coming up here for Detroit. Ball at the Minnesota 13-yard line.
For Kevin O'Connell's team.
But Kevin O'Connell now is going to have to acknowledge something, and that is that this
Jared Goff, Jared Goff, Jared Goff, Jared Goff, Jared Goff, Jared Goff. Yeah.
Beat them up and force their quarterback to sprint.
So now here we go. It's 3rd and 9. Goff looking to throw. Quick throw out to his tight end, Sam Laporta, and that's caught. And he's down at the 7-yard line. Actually the 6, and now it's 4th and 2.
Thus a 3-score game.
So we'll see what Dan Campbell decides to do here.
All right, I would kick this field goal.
So the analytics there, as you see.
And Detroit's offense is going to stay out on the field here. 4th and 2. Ball at the Minnesota 6-yard line.
What they did in the NFC Championship game, up 14 on 4th and 2.
And now here they go. Under center, Craig Reynolds is in the backfield for Detroit. Goff Oh, gets the defense to jump off sides. And we'll see the penalty marker here. I believe this is going to be on the defense.
Make sure they've all got the same thing. Is it offside on Minnesota and a first down?
Neutral zone infraction, defense, number 42. Half the distance to the goal, the yardage is enough for a first down.
So first down and goal now after that.
So turbo set is the activation code. That is when they typically snap the ball. Turbo, the next sound, they snap the ball. They went up there with the dummy snap count on that one, and that time they told the offensive line, we're not snapping the ball. They build it up.
Jared Goff likes that one there as he gets the defense to come off sides, and now it's first and goal for the Lions. They could put the game away here. As we're approaching 5 minutes to go in this ball game, Goff in shotgun, Gibbs in the backfield, takes the handoff, and he's in the end zone. Pals his way in for a touchdown. Detroit Lions. What a big game from Jahmyr Gibbs with his 20th total touchdown on this NFL season. And that's 4 total touchdowns for Jahmyr Gibbs in this ball game.
Here's how you do it. Watch all the guys coming up at the end of this and pushing their offensive teammate into the end zone for the touchdown. We see that time after time, and it is simply...
And the extra point is good as Detroit takes a 31-9 lead with 5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter.
Adds the extra point for the 64th time, as many as anyone in the league this year. The men from Motown might be staying here in January.
Three of
All right, updated the score for you guys in the chat as the Lions now take a 31-9 lead over the Minnesota Vikings. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you guys hit that like button and like and subscribe to Tim Reynolds Show on YouTube. Be right back, guys. Ugh. All right, we're back. you guys so much, man. We're up to 7 likes already on this live stream. Shit. Heck yeah, Stefan. What's going on, man? Hell yeah, I'm going to be doing my show during the playoffs. We should be doing some live streams. I got to figure out which games I'm going to do. I'll probably end up doing at least one game on Saturday, and then the Buccaneers game is on Saturday night, so I'll probably definitely do that.
Amik is definitely a big trash talker. With a guy like that, you just have to make a couple big plays to shut him up. It doesn't seem like he shut him up tonight.
Robertson's name is going to be talked about a lot coming out of this game, and what he's done is Chris has detailed throughout this season. Again, free agent acquisition by the Lions, who remade their secondary.
And we see here Sam Darnold on 1st and 10 looking to throw. That's caught by TJ Hawkinson, but only for a gain of a yard.
We were talking about Kwasi Mensa for Minnesota, all the great stuff he's done. Brad Holmes, the executive VP, the general manager, guy who's built this Lions team, signed Amik Robertson 2 years, $9 million. You talk about a signing that paid off. Just among the acquisitions and the drafting that this Lions organization has done.
And here we go, Darnold on 2nd and 9 looking to throw. Scrambles around up the right side. He's going to try to scramble for the first down, and he gets it there.
40-yard line. Stopping the clock until the next snap as we're under 5 minutes with 4:35 to go.
Thank you for hanging out here, guys, on Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel as the Lions are blowing out the Minnesota Vikings here in the second half, as they have scored 21 points here in the second half, and Minnesota's only been able to get a field goal in the second half as far as their offensive production.
And then they had Brian Branch that they could substitute back into the slot. So we're in that time.
So now we'll see here Detroit come out on defense on 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. Darnold in shotgun. Vikings looking for something here on offense, and there's a penalty marker there as the play was blown dead.
Delay a game. Offense. 5-yard penalty.
And that's a delay of game on the Vikings. Not the penalty they needed there.
This Minnesota team's not done by any stretch, Chris, because both of these teams were sensational on the road this year. Minnesota's only loss was in LA, and in that game, they lost their left tackle right before halftime.
But this was the night to get him.
And here we go. 1st and 15. Darnold going to look to throw here. Completed to Naylor, but it's only a gain of about 8 yards on that play.
There, 4.5 to go. We talked about that injury to Darisaw, their outstanding left tackle, really was the standout guy on their offensive line.
Thanks for hanging out on the show, Stefan. Appreciate you in the chat there, brother.
This team, they trade for him right at the deadline.
All right, here we go. 2nd down and 7 for Minnesota. Ball at the 43. Blitz coming from Detroit. Down the field, Sam Darnold looking for his man, but he overthrows his intended target as Naylor couldn't get to that pass, so incomplete. And now 3rd down coming up for Minnesota. But holding, there's a penalty flag. That's on the defense. Holding on Detroit and an automatic 1st down.
Corner because of the injury to Arnold.
He did start weeks 12 and 13 because of some injuries. He's a good player, but got caught on that one. But, Mike, you don't take a team that's sort of ravaged at the cornerback position and go, I got an idea. Let's play Justin Jefferson and these guys more man-to-man. Let's just go take them on. That's what they did. And
we got 1st and 10 after that penalty at the 48-yard line for the Vikings. Sam Darnold, play action, looking to throw. Scrambling around in the pocket, and that's caught, I believe, by TJ Hawkinson. It looked like it might have hit the ground, but I think they're calling it a catch here. So a small gain.
10 to go. Good hands down on the ground if he caught it. He did.
And he did catch that as Hawkinson's able to pull that off the ground
Underneath.
for the catch.
Still in all, Dan Campbell's going to throw the challenge flag.
Sam Darnold is limping all over the place out there. They're out to look on him right now.
Mentioned he was getting pressure right in his face as he threw. Look at the peak of
This is
this.
challenging the ruling on the field of a completed catch. Timeout.
Let's see. We'll see what they say as they look at it. Here's what they're going to look at in New York.
That looks like a catch there from T.J. Hawkinson, and that should stand. But the big news is that quarterback Sam Darnold looks like he got injured on the play, injuring his left leg, and that is not a good sign for the Vikings offense, as they're already trailing 31-9 in this matchup. And T.J. Hawkinson able to complete that pass for 5 yards. So now Minnesota, with 4 minutes, 24 seconds left, is driving down the field, trying to cut into that big lead for Detroit. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. It's been a really, really good Sunday Night Football matchup here, and the Lions have just pulled away with this one in the second half after both defenses have been playing very, very good football throughout this matchup. We see Detroit was able to outlast the Vikings defense, and running back Jahmyr Gibbs has a career day with 4 total touchdowns in this game, 3 of them on the ground, and he now leads the league with 20 total touchdowns this NFL season. Woo! Thank you guys for hanging out here on the Tim Reynolds Show. Getting late in the evening. Please make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. As we're at a commercial break here with just over 4 minutes remaining in this matchup. And Detroit does lead the Minnesota Vikings. All right, guys.
Ruling of a catch has been determined it was incomplete.
Oh, and the ball does hit the ground. As they finally found an angle there where the ball did hit the ground. And that makes it incomplete. So now it'll take back that play. So 2nd down and 10 for Minnesota now at the 48-yard line. Darnold still in the game in shotgun here. Looking to throw. Blitz coming from Detroit. Gets rid of it. That's caught. Oh, and then fumbled by Justin Jefferson. And Pascal picks it up. And he's going to take it out of bounds. And that's a turnover there for Detroit.
Ruling on the field is a catch. Fumbled and recovered by the defense. It's 1st down, Detroit.
And that is ruled a catch and fumble there. And Detroit will take over after that turnover as Justin Jefferson makes the catch. 1, 2, ooh.
Little punch out.
That's going to be pretty close on whether or not that's a catch. He did not make a 3rd football move, but he does catch the ball, and then Vildor knocks it out.
Absolutely, Mike. He does not take that additional step with control before he loses control. That's incomplete pass. 1, 2, punch out. Incomplete.
Thank you, sir.
So they do overturn that call of a turnover on the field. It is an incomplete pass. So Justin Jefferson and the Minnesota Vikings offense gets pretty lucky there in that one. So now 3rd down and 10 coming up here for Minnesota. Let's see what they're able to do here on offense with 4:16 remaining in this matchup. Darnold in shotgun, ball at the 48, 3rd and 10. Vikings going to look to throw. The Lions bring a blitz. Oh, and that fell out. That could be a fumble. And Alex Anzalone's going to get on top of it.
incomplete.
And they rolled that an incomplete pass? I don't know about that. As we're seeing the replay, it looked like Darnold lost the ball, but the arm does come forward, and that will be ruled an incomplete pass.
And at least giving them that one edge rusher, right? They can make a difference.
Darius Smith, who was on a 2-win Cleveland team when the trade happened, he came here to a team that was at the top of the NFC and may end the night on top of the NFC as the #1 seed. And this one, snap by snap, is grinding to a halt.
And this penalty flag is more than likely going to be on the Vikings.
Offense, number 14. 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
And delay a game on Sam Darnold. And that will back up the Vikings even more here on this matchup. Appreciate everybody hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show. Please make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And the freaking Detroit Lions are dominating this second half here against the Vikings, really showing why they're the #1 team in the NFC. So now 4th down and 15. The Vikings got to go for it here. And this is more than likely the ball game. Blitz coming from Detroit. Darnold throws it, an incomplete, intended for Naylor. And that will be a turnover on downs for Detroit.
Creating effective pressure, rushing Darnold, who is
4 minutes and 9 seconds left to go in this game, and Detroit will take over on offense.
You don't have time to throw it way down there. These guys are running routes.
And they've been blitzing Sam Darnold all day long.
Your quarterback's going to die. They're sending one more than you have blockers. And all night long, Sam Darnold has just been getting hit and hit and hit. What a performance. I've seen a lot this season.
And now here comes Jared Goff out in the shotgun for Detroit here on this next play. Craig Reynolds in the backfield, a quick throw out to Jamison Williams. Williams gets the first down and then some for the Lions, but there is a penalty flag on the play.
that was springing Williams.
Pass interference. Offense number 89.
And pass interference on the offense for Detroit. So that'll bring back that big gain back and push back the Detroit Lions offense.
On the outside against Metellus. Down the field.
Block too soon. So back it up to first and 20. O'Connell's thoughts was 4 minutes away from, in all likelihood, turning to a game.
So now we'll see Jared Goff hand it off here. Craig Reynolds in the backfield, able to break loose, finds a lane and gets down all the way to the 32-yard line on that one. On my mistake, 36-yard line. That's a gain of 17 yards from Craig Reynolds. And that sets up second down and 3 for the Lions offense.
In the NFC wildcard games, Green Bay, Philadelphia on Fox. We're in Tampa for the Commanders against the Buccaneers. It looks like it'll be the Rams going, or rather the Vikings going to the Rams on Monday night. Jamison Williams saved.
Oh, and Williams caught that screen play for a gain of 3, but stumbles, and it's going to be third down and 1 now for the Vikings, or I should say the Lions.
Right leg, and of course, with the score what it is, this is much more significant now. Let's take a look if we can see what happened here. Stretching and reaching, and then grabbing in the hamstring knee area. Significant.
Zeitler, who was acquired from the Ravens. Christian Mahogany, who's in the game, started at left guard for the injured Graham Glasgow against Chicago.
And Detroit's got to burn a timeout here with 2 minutes, 38 seconds to go in the ball game.
So much of the pulling. You'll see him a lot of times coming from the backside and leading Gibbs and leading Montgomery on some of those pulling plays across the formation. I guarantee you, Campbell is worried about that.
So, guys, for the Minnesota Vikings, Sam Darnold finishes, and I can't wait for that. Next Sunday night at 7:30, we see the Washington Commanders travel to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the wild card round. Let's go. What's going on, Carson? Welcome to the chat, brother. Yes, it is snowing here, Carson. And 1st and 10, Jared Goff will hand it off to Craig Reynolds. And Reynolds gets a gain of 4 yards on that carry up to the 29-yard line. And like I said, guys, the most offensive touchdowns in NFL history, 68, trailing only the Denver Broncos, who had 71 back in 2013. So the second most touchdowns in NFL history in a single season now belong to the Detroit Lions offense.
You know, I mean, that's the kind of standard that they have lived up to this entire season.
And we hit the 2-minute warning.
And we are at the 2-minute warning here.
By the way, that
oh, congratulations, Carson. Snow day for you, man.
1,000-yard season. In case you were wondering, why is Williams in the game? Why were they throwing to Jameson? That's maybe part of it. Like we saw with Mike Evans in Tampa.
Was that great or what? That was fantastic.
I was scared for the Bucs for just a second at that point, but as he tied Jerry Rice's record for 1,000-yard seasons. So we saw Sam Darnold limping a play or so ago, and immediately thoughts go to, okay, who's the backup? Well, Nick Mullins is the backup, but there's Daniel Jones, who was the starter for the Giants. And remember, as things fell apart with the Giants and he left there, Minnesota acquired him. Kevin O'Connell just kind of got him ready and just in the bullpen, and he could be in a position to come in when they get to the playoffs. J.J. McCarthy was supposed to be the starting quarterback for this team this year at some point, but he got injured in the first preseason game. And Chris, the lengthy conversation going forward, whenever this Vikings season ends, will be what's next at quarterback for Minnesota.
Yeah, and if you're Sam Darnold, you go, what else do you want out of me, right? He's been nearly perfect.
So now we'll see here at the 2-minute warning, Jared Goff comes out.
Quarterbacks that may end up being his replacement a year from now.
And Craig Reynolds gets tackled in the backfield for a loss of a yard on that one. Ball on the 30-yard line now on 3rd down for Detroit.
Has gone well, according to all accounts. He's been fully immersed in meetings. And when we talk to the Vikings about it, hey, is this a problem? What are you going to do next year? Well, maybe it's
yeah, Carson, unfortunately, the Denver Broncos were able to blow out the backups of the Kansas City Chiefs, which pretty much gave the Bengals no chance whatsoever. The Jets did beat Miami, which is exactly what the Bengals needed, but unfortunately, Kansas City decided last week that Cincinnati wasn't getting in the playoffs. And now another handoff to Craig Reynolds on 3rd and 8, and that'll bring up 4th down as he takes it down to the 28-yard line.
The stars of the game, and we'll look ahead to our wild card game in Tampa between the Commanders and the Buccaneers.
All right, guys, so finishing up the stats here for this game. Please make sure you guys hit that like button and like and subscribe to Tim Reynolds Show. So for the Minnesota Vikings, Sam Darnold finishes with 166 yards passing. Cam Akers with 6 carries for 65 yards. Aaron Jones with 10 carries for 45 yards. And in the passing game, Justin Jefferson finishes with 3 catches for 54 yards. Justin Naylor with 3 catches for 53 yards. And Aaron Jones with 5 catches for 30 yards for the Minnesota Vikings. And Craig Reynolds almost gets to the 1st down marker on 4th and 6. A really good run there from the Detroit Lions running back. And that'll be a 4th down turnover on downs with 16 seconds remaining. So those are the numbers for the Minnesota Vikings offense for the Detroit Lions. Jared Goff finishes with 231 yards passing with 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions on the day. Jahmyr Gibbs is the player of the game. And Carson, the Vikings now will get the 5th seed, and they will take on the LA Rams on Monday night next week in the wild card round. And we see Jahmyr Gibbs finishes with 23 carries for 139 yards and 3 touchdowns rushing today. But also, that as a team, they rushed for 178 yards in this matchup. And Amon-Ra St. Brown finishes with 6 catches for 77 yards. Sam Laporta has 7 catches for 63 yards. And Jamison Williams finishes with 6 catches for 34 yards. And Jahmyr Gibbs also adds 5 catches for 31 yards and a touchdown as the Vikings take a knee here. And the Detroit Lions win and clinch the 1st seed in the NFC for the first time in team history, with the most wins in a single season with 15 here, as the Detroit Lions finish tied with the best record in the NFL with the Kansas City Chiefs at 15-2.
With an exclamation.
Yeah, man. Tampa Bay Buccaneers will take on the Washington Commanders at home on Sunday Night Football next week in the wild card round. And guys, please make sure you hit that like button and like and subscribe to Tim Reynolds Show. Sorry, Carson, I can't stay long. I got to get ready for bed. Got to get up for work at 4 o'clock in the morning. So thank you guys so much for hanging out here. And those are the Detroit Lions stats for you guys here, as it is final, as the Detroit Lions finish 39-9 over the Minnesota Vikings here to cap off the regular season. Stefan, thank you so much for hanging out in the chat. Thank you, Carson. Peace out, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your Sunday night. And hey, it's wild card round and playoff football next week for the NFL. This has been Tim Reynolds Show's live play-by-play, where the Detroit Lions get the victory 31-9 over the Minnesota Vikings. Peace out, everybody. Thank you for hanging out here on Tim Reynolds Show.